This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back. She is, I'm going to say, our expert. I don't know anybody that knows more than she does about therapeutic oils, about essential oils, about many of these things that are natural and can support us with many different challenges. And we're going to dig a little bit deeper into some of that stuff today with Kathleen Flanagan, who is back on the program. How is everything going in your world today?
Oh, everything is going really well. It's, we still have beautiful weather outside. I've been winterizing my house and trimming. So, I enjoy this. This is like the most perfect time of the year. So I've been enjoying the fall weather, and I'm ready to dig in and continue on with our conversation.
Absolutely. Do you often have an aroma in your home?
No, not always, but if I'm going to do it, a lot of times I'll use lavender. And during the holidays, I have a winter blend, a Winterland Memories blend that I use. It's a spray. And it's just got the orange and lots of different pines and things like that. So it's got a very Christmassy, piney smell with just a tinge of orange.
Yeah, I can sense that. And there's nothing wrong with that Christmassy, piney kind of smell. But sometimes it gets a little heavy. A little earthy. Sometimes it's a little too much after an extended period of time. So It seems like the orange kind of cuts it or freshens it up a little bit.
It does. And that's what I like about it, is because it's not heavy and earthy and grounding. It has playfulness, like Christmas is playful to me. That orange adds a little bit of playfulness to it. So when I made it, my attitude was, well, we all have artificial trees anymore. Not very many people will spend $100 for a 4-foot tree and that kind of thing. Save the environment, save the trees. That's my philosophy. So why not make a Winterland Memories blend that you spray on the tree, spray around it, or diffuse it, or whatever you want to do, just to get that pine. Because there's nothing better when I was a little kid coming home and that pine tree, when you come home from school with Christmas, it just got you all excited as a little kid.
So I'm going to turn the car just a little bit for just a moment here. I didn't put a tree up last year. I was hesitant the year before. Artificial, by the way. Used to do the real. Now I got in a mode where I am now. I've just changed it up. I have 2 cats. What can I spray to deter them from going into the tree, playing with ornaments, and even on a broad basis, scratching furniture, things like that? Is there anything that's totally safe for them, but just tells them to go away?
Yes, essential oils are notorious. I have a pet blend that I have to help. It was for stinky dogs, but it really does keep cats away from things, because cats, their noses are very, very sensitive. So if you take a tea tree and you spray the tea tree around your tree, they'll probably stay away from it because they do not like smells like that. Tea tree makes them upset.
Okay. Tea tree oil?
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to go with.
And if you want to, calm it down just a little with a little lavender or something, just so it's not real pungent. But yeah, most cats do not like any essential oils. But if you get into the eucalyptuses and the tea trees and that type of, they don't like it.
I have a couch that's only 3 years old, and it is a scratching post, the entire couch.
Oh yeah.
And I've actually given up. Took a while for me to let go, but it's like, whatever. I love them. I'm just going to let it go. If you come in to my place, I have throw blankets. It's covering the scratching, but I would take that tea tree oil, and I don't care what it smells like as long as it's not rancid. It's going all over the place. I'm not even, yes, I can add other stuff to it. What goes with that? Let's say you want to spray it on a couch, tree, whatever. I know we pivoted to pets for a moment, but it's, all in the wheelhouse of
I'm using it right now in my house with cats too. So
Oh,
get it.
so what are you mixing with it? Is there a carrier oil that goes with
Um,
that tea tree?
no, what I would do is use like a distilled water. Just use distilled water and then put it in. So you want to probably do, I mean, if you do at least 3 drops, 5 drops in about a 1 ounce little bottle of water, that should pretty well do it. Just shake it up before you spray it. It shouldn't do any harm to the furniture because it's diluted enough, but it should be enough where that smell stays because
Mm.
they'll smell it a lot longer than we will. And because I had a cat, he was sick. I had to get all of his teeth removed, but he peed in front of me in my living room, and I just about killed the cat. And then I stopped and said something's wrong, because a cat will do that if something's wrong. They'll, especially if he was in such distress that all of his teeth came out except for his 4 fangs.
So he was doing this after the
No, this is
procedure?
before he
Okay.
peed, and I wanted to kill him. Took him to the vet, found out there was a problem. So, of course, I cleaned the carpet, with what I am supposed to do. And then I had this pet blend and I sprayed the area, and he has not peed there since. And cats have a tendency that once they pee, regardless if you clean it, the enzyme
Yep.
in their urine stays, and they think, oh, this is a new litter box.
Yep.
And they haven't peed on that since I sprayed the area, and I sprayed that area 2 years ago, and it's still clear.
What's
I
in your
sprayed it off and on for several days just to get it like really in the carpet fabrics. Didn't do anything to the carpet fabric at all.
467-5301-274? I'm giving you my credit card number. I need it.
Ah,
I need it now. Now. What's in your pet blend?
oh God, you're going to ask me
Or is it
something.
like a secret formula?
It's not a secret formula. I can't access it just yet. That's the only thing I didn't bring up here. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Maybe I do. Hold
Well, you
on.
have so many blends. I don't even know how you keep track of
I,
three of them.
well, that's
Like,
why I have recipe books, because
mm,
I can't keep up with them. I have too many. This one is real simple: cedar wood and tea tree, and you have both.
cedar wood and tea tree. And would that also work for a dog? Let's say,
Oh, totally. When you get a dog and they come in and they're all stinky from rainwater, gets rid of their stinky smell. Yeah.
what if your dog, and same thing as cats, let's say your dog, you were out extended period of time, um, the dog piddled on the floor, but he started with your couch. Let's just say, um, been there. Uh, would that keep him away from the couch as well? Would he be like, I don't want to go near that?
More than likely it would, because again,
There-
animals have a very keen sense of smell.
yeah,
And if
yeah.
you keep putting it on, they're going to stay away from it. Now, I created a blend for dogs for anxiety that had CBD in it. And the dogs, I had to get I mean, we tested on these dogs, and I got the essential oil down enough. It was really minor, like 5 drops was pretty much it with the CBD. And the dogs still didn't care for the smell too much for their anxiety, even though these were very calming oils. But because they calmed down, they would take it. So I created this blend, and so it wasn't where they were in distress over it, but that's how dogs will react. I mean, they can correlate things.
Hmm.
So once they smell it, and if it's going to stay there in the fabric for a little while, obviously, because look at my living room, he hasn't peed there since.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I
Hmm.
would say, yeah, they would start correlating it. So it might keep them off the couch if you want them off the couch too.
So let's pivot from pets over to essential oils. We mentioned a long time ago something called CO2
Yes.
related to or CO2 extracts. Never
Yes.
got deep into that. What the heck is that?
It's a distillation process. And so it's a gas that becomes hypercritical, and they are neither gas nor liquid, but they're actually both. So with the hypercritical, it's at 33 degrees Celsius, it's under low pressure, and it's not affected by heat. And the solvent is inert. So there's no chemical reactions. The solvent is removed by releasing the pressure. The only disadvantage to a CO2 distillation is it's over 200 atmospheres of regular atmospheric pressure. So that means it's very heavy and expensive stainless steel equipment has to be used for this, and it's very costly. But what you get is the purest of the oil. Now, I will spend the money on CO2 frankincense because, you get a steam distilled frankincense, not bad. You get a CO2, oh my God, it's night and day. And not all the essential oils will do a CO2 distillation, but if you can afford it, do it.
Wow. That it makes that much of a difference.
It makes that much of a difference because, heat destroys the material and you've got water in it. So a lot of times after a regular steam distillation, the byproduct is a hydrosol. So, when you get your lavenders or roses or oranges or anything that are hydrosol, that's actually the byproduct of the steam distillation of the essential oil process. So rose water, if you get that, I mean, you can drink the distillates. That's what's really cool. These hydrosols, you can drink them. They're very therapeutic, very healing, very refreshing. They give you all the things that you still want with an essential oil, but it's not. It's the water byproduct. So you're losing some of the smell in a distillation process like that. The enfilage, you're dealing with waxes. There's other properties inside it, but when you get a CO2, it's about as pure as you're going to ever get.
Let's look at a quality essential oil on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being bam, this is like such robust aroma versus the CO2 extract. So where would you put the CO2? If you put that at a 10, where would you put the a good quality essential oil, a steam derived?
If they come from the country of origin, because to me they have to come from the country of origin. I know a lot of other countries are getting on the bandwagon with essential oils, but they are not generally the constituents that we're used to when they come from the country of origin. Now you can always verify that by getting a gas chromatograph by going to a laboratory, and they can do that for you. Where labs can do that. So what you want to do is when you get the gas chromatograph, if you do this route, you will see what it should look like. And if you're getting something that's not as high quality, you're not going to get the peaks and valleys in the gas chromatograph that you would normally get on a higher quality oil. So good quality oils coming from the country of origins, I would say on a steam distillation, I would say there are probably about an 8.
And the CO2 would be a 10?
And the CO2 would be a 10.
Okay. All right. Now, final question on that in terms of quality and potency. If it's a average, yeah, you go on a site and you order, it says organic, it's not super expensive. Just for comparison purposes, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the CO2 extract, where would the others be? Again, not scientific, just,
Well, because when I first started all this, I did a lot of that, and I have a lot of comparisons of different grades of essential oils, around a 3 to 5.
Wow.
Closer to a 3 for me, because you can tell the difference. And they can say, because they're not putting all the information on, it's very weakened smelling, so it could possibly be in an alcohol, like a grain alcohol, because when you're working with essential oils and you're putting in alcohol, it's generally a grain alcohol. It's not a whiskey or anything else like that. It's
Sure.
grain.
You run deep in all of this. It's like, whoa.
Steve, I had to.
I
I'm putting
know.
this out in the world, okay? Nobody knew this stuff back then, so I had to test it and play.
Fantastic though. But now it gives me I dabbled in the diffuser and essential oils, and I shared with you, a while back that I bought, little set on Amazon, and for I don't know, 12 fragrances, paid like, I don't know, 35, $40, whatever. It said organic, but if that's sitting potentially at like a 3, I can't imagine what a 10 would be. My gosh, it's got to be amazing.
Well, well, I think also when you come with the countries of origin, this is the other thing. Like I told you about the rose, that I pay a lot of money for rose now. And the country that I got the rose from, which was the country of origin, but they stopped manufacturing for whatever reason for a while.
Hmm.
And, and there were a lot of people that came knocking at my door, and they literally knocked at my door. And, somebody came was trying to sell essential rose oil from China. Oh my God, my reaction was I mean, the poor guy, I felt bad that I just automatically reacted to, ew, it was that bad. Rose oil from Russia, ugh, that's another one that I couldn't stand. So I tried to find the best that I could find. And then when I finally found the right oil, and it took probably 10 years before I got back to a really good rose oil, I paid premium dollars for it, but it is worth it. And I had a store who bought it, just carried one little drap, just because we sold them in the drams for like 150 bucks. And he had a customer who kept coming in every time he used it. He kept coming back. He says, "Why is he buying this?" I said, "Because it's the best rose oil you will ever find." Rose
Amazing.
oil is one of the hardest because if it smells bad, it's not a good rose oil. You really want that beautiful bouquet of rose. And most rose oils, yuck.
It's perception is amazing because to the untrained professional over here and the rest of us, like I would think there's lots of roses around. Yeah, I know you got to do a lot to extract it, that oil from just those petals and everything, but there's, roses grow freely, it seems like you could have fields of them. That would be my perception, but as I've learned from you, not the case. It's very hard to extract.
And I think if people are using, I think some of the cheaper rose oils too, I think reason why they might smell bad, and I can't prove this, but it's what I surmise, is it was done through a steam distillation process. So it was a very weakened smell besides having something else in it that just made it over the top icky. So I would say if you're going to do it, at least do an enfilage, where it's in the waxes where they keep adding the petals, because at least you're getting more of the real smell.
Hmm.
I would highly recommend that if you're going to buy a rose, just know the distillation process and really trust your nose. Because if it smells bad, it's not a real rose.
Hmm.
And the other thing about rose, what companies will do, they will mix it with rose geranium, they will mix it with a rose essential oils, and they will mix it with there's another product that's kind of a rose, but it's not. And they will mix it. There's usually 3 oils they will put in to try to create that bouquet. And you can't, because a rose geranium smells totally different than what rose should smell, but it enhances it.
Right. Right. I would imagine it just gives it a flowery kind of smell to add to the weakened rose and geranium
Yeah,
smell.
rose geranium does not smell flowery. Trust me, it doesn't smell flowery.
Even geraniums smell like garbage
Right.
to me. I'm
No, it
like,
doesn't
ugh,
smell good.
ugh,
Not in my opinion.
not a fun
It's
flower.
got great properties, but it's for to one no.
No, no, it looks all right, but whatever. Let's talk about benefits. Let's say somebody's got a lot of stress, maybe anxiety. What can they do in terms of fragrances to feel better?
For the stress, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Your one of your best go-tos is you can use Roman or German chamomile. Those are your one of the best. Your jasmines, lavenders, lemon is actually really good, and lang lang, rose.
Hmm.
Peppermint can help calm you down, but it keeps you stimulated, but it gets rid of the angst.
See, that's
Basil,
interesting.
bergamot, things like that. I mean, here, just so for the people can see, let me get the camera. This is the long list of what's stress. This is just the stress column right here.
Of fragrances that,
Essential oils that you can use.
okay. Wow. Now, would you pair those with other ones?
Oh, always. I always do. I always, because you get more benefits when you when you do that, because like lavender is good. It's going to help you, because lavender technically is a stimulant, believe it or not, but it has all these beautiful relaxing qualities. Really, it is a stimulant.
Would have never thought that.
I know, but
Orange is definitely
it's
a
true.
stimulant.
It is a stimulant. But the thing is when you mix that with like a rose or a lang lang or a sandalwood, I mean, you're getting all these other benefits that go with it, plus the smell, and the body's just like, "Oh, life is good again." There's just something about all those fragrant blends that come together that does something more besides get rid of anxiety or stress, can help. I mean, like orange can help you fall asleep, believe it or not. In my sleep blend, I put orange in it. Can you believe that, with Lang Lang?
No, I can't. I would think that orange would be
And it
banned.
works. I have so many people that have given me testimonials on the sleep well. And it has orange in it.
I'm shocked. I really am. And same thing with peppermint. To me, that peppermint is invigorates. It's got a lot of kick to it. I wouldn't think of it the any other way. Wow.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you start doing deep dive into essential oils, because you're looking at what it is, and then how does it smell, and then how does it synergize, because the oils will synergize, and then once you put your hands on it, then it conforms to your body energies. I've seen that too many times too.
I'm surprised in hearing this. Is there something else that would surprise us with essential oils? Like
uh,
what you might use one for a challenge or something that
well, essential oils, I have this blend that gets rid of spells and demons that are in you, kind of thing, if you want to go down that road. I've
okay.
actually watched that happen. It's I think it was my IM or ethers, one of the two or both. Because they're very high spiritual. These are more the biblical oils at the time of Christ that was given to him. And the way I put the blends together has done amazing things.
Tell me the frankincense is part of that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
think I think the real one that really is causing a lot of that is the galbanum, because there's something about galbanum that when I discovered it, oh my God, I love the smell. It's almost like, when you have the myrrh in the Catholic Church and when they're doing the incense thing,
incense. Yeah.
it's kind of in that family of
I
smell.
gotcha. Yeah. Sort of like a pungent, sweet, earthy kind of thing going
Yes,
on there.
yes.
Hmm.
And it
What?
does something to your body, because I smell is like, oh, I mean,
Mhm.
it just like, if there's any angst or anything, head trash, anything, it's like it just seems to just dissipate.
I hear you on that. Like it's, I haven't seen that done in church in a long time, but it's almost as like, hey, bring that over here. Don't go
I
down
know
that
I could
aisle.
never get enough of that smell.
Right, right. Final question while we're talking about fragrances to help. Um, I saw something on your website about mosquitoes.
Yes.
Real quick, out of time, got to know. And even though we're heading into, colder months, there's a lot of West Nile. There's some other disease here in the New York area. Not even kidding. Literally yesterday came out. I can't think it starts with a C, but it comes from mosquitoes. Is there anything that you would mix to repel mosquitoes?
Well, the blend that I have for my actually does horseflies, deer flies, bees, wasps, everything, you name it, it goes away. And I tested this when I did outdoor shows. So rose geranium, I mean, you could do rose geranium, peppermint, lavender,
Hmm.
lemongrass would be what I would recommend, because that gets rid of a lot of things. And they
Wow.
might, and no CMs. It does really with, because you'll
Oh,
feel them, and because no CMs make me crazy.
same.
They just can't stay around you. I mean, the thing is with, because I have this, if you put it in an oil, I think it would last longer on your body. But the more you perspire, it's kind of like sunscreen. The more you perspire, you got to keep reapplying. It's not one and done.
Right.
When you have it in a spray bottle, like I do, it's the oil stays on even though the fragrance goes. But what I'll tell you about lemongrass though is I have lemongrass in one of my lotions. I put it on in the morning, one day, and
Mhm.
at night I went out to work in my garden, and there were bugs everywhere, and they all like, oh, oh, oh. So after 8 hours, lemongrass was still on my skin that repelled the bugs.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. You're a wealth of info. You can mix things, direct people. I'm sure that you can do virtual consultations as well.
Yep,
Awakeningspirit.com, correct?
correct.
Thank you for everything, all these podcasts. Learn so much. This is a man that, bought a $30 diffuser and a $30 box of essential oils and thought, I got it going on. Far from. Like there's so much out there. And quality counts. That's what I've learned here. Quality counts. If you want to do it right. You want the full benefit, you got to do it right. But that also starts with talking to somebody like you. Decades, like 30 years plus of knowledge in doing this. Amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Kathleen.
Steve, thank you.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.